Hello, YouTube. We're doing something special here on Twitch today. I have not played all the new Niji solos. So this is going to be the first video of me playing through all the new Niji solos. And we're gonna start with Ayumu's. Break the system. To S rank 8.628 million. Song gimmick. Non-second year cards lose 20% base appeal. Non-cleansable, okay? So this tells me that I'm going to have to build towards second years. There is one note gimmick. Take 10k points of stamina damage, 4 notes. So they happen right before the 3rd and 5th appeal chance. Okay? Oh, other thing, damage per note, 967. So, knowing this, I can definitely backline a Fesnico. You know, we're gonna want to try and use second year natural attribute cards if we have them. We don't really have a ton though. Oh no, I have Kotori and Valentine's Day Honoka. We forgot to mention we are going to be doing this on every account. We're going to start with the main account, my main account first. So give you the kind of most extreme whale version first. Appeal chances. 125k voltage from your gauge. Second, 72. Appeal chance number 3, 12 tap skill activations. During the AC, guard type cards gain 30% base skill activation rate. You need 55% of the notes to activate their tap active. So this is basically telling me that I'm going to have to build a full guard type strategy just based on this 3rd AC. 4th AC is 144k gauge. 5th AC is 6 tap skills. Again, guard type cards gaining a 30% skill activation rate. 47% of your taps need to activate. And the last appeal chance, 105k voltage. And with a very interesting, during the AC, second years gain a 30% base skill activation rate up. So, the way we are going to build this and for now I'm not going to use guests. If you do have guests that you're going to need to use because your cards are basically not strong enough, your first option would be to filter for Party Shioriko. If you don't have enough Party Shioriko, your second one would be either look for Fes Kanons, like this, or Fesios. And so these are the 3 ways that you can filter. You are cool SP, you are active voltage, or you are smile SK. For right now, we're not going to use any guests. Now, right, knowing that the song requires second years, there's not a lot of cards that you can kind of utilize that will match both second year and stay on attribute. Luckily for me, I do have 2 of those cards, right? I have Welcome to the Party Kotori. And we have Valentine's Day Honoka. Another option that you can use if you have her, max limit broken, would be First Fest Umi. First Fest Umi is actually a pretty good card to have in this situation. The 20% appeal debuff is actually pretty big. So you do want to be mindful of it. Other options would be Noble Princess Rico. Chica doesn't have a great natural attribute card, and Yo only has her free damage reducer. So that one's kind of out of the question. When we go down to Niji, China-made Ayumu is another option that you have. Ai has her runway card, which is okay. It's not great. And then we have the free steampunk event Setsuna. If you're trying to stay and avoid, the full brunt of the song gimmick, and you want to stay on attribute. Now, because the song has those 3, needs guard type cards, needs basically a 3 guard type gimmick, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run my 3 highest appeal guard type cards. And one of them is Initial Pana. Another one is Initial Ellie. And the other one is Initial Yo. And what I'm also going to do to kind of offset a little bit more of the damage, because I don't think I'm going to need as much appeal boosting as I think, because I'm staying on attribute with my 2 scorers, and I'm basically missing the song gimmick, is I'm going to backline a Fest Nico. Now, realistically, I should be switching Ellie here. So our strategies will actually look something like this. This will actually give me a little bit more of a heal. With Nico in this particular strategy. She's not going to score as well, but that's fine. And then here with our accessories, you can easily run something like this where you have, you don't have to run chokers on this particular song if you don't have them. I'm just going to run 2. And then I'm going to run double necklace in the back with the belt just so I can increase my scoring here. And just for all of these songs, we are gonna auto them. Just for basically my sanity and so that I can talk about some stuff during the song as well. Oh, hey, Schmeedy. And I guess the other thing I really have to mention too is, as we can see, this first appeal chance is very, very early. And it requires a gauge. So, for anybody that is looking to either cheat the gauge out early, or something like that, it's much like Melody in the sense that it kind of forces you to run more fillers. But as far as the natural attribute doesn't have many second year fillers that are on attribute. You basically have the free event Ayumu, and then you have Valentine's Day Honoka, and that's it. So you're gonna be having to sacrifice somewhere. Whether it's, you know, taking the second year's appeal penalty, or ending up, you know, running off attribute with a filler. Oh, Spring Chica. Ah, forgot about Spring Chica. So yeah, basically, if you have decent enough appeal boosters, like what the song requires is basically you need the early fill to clear the first appeal chance, and this, oh, the audio. Basically you need the early fill to get through the first appeal chance. Then this will get you on the snowball of being able to, you know, use a gauge for the second AC, and then you can kind of use your next gauge indiscriminately. Third AC is the tap skills, save the tap skill gauge for the next AC, and so on and so forth. And building the team kind of how we did with, you know, Honoka, Kotori, and Mari as like our main three, and then our healers of Nico, Pana, and Yo in the back line. You know, with the guard type card buff for the skill activation ACs, you really, really, really cannot get greedy and try to go like 2 guards with an SK type. If the song is telling you to build with guard cards, try as best as you can to build with guard cards. Even if you're sacrificing a little bit of appeal, even if you have to run, let's say, a Toki Runner's Ayumu or like a Fruits Umi or something like that, just keep the guard cards in there. Don't get too cute. All right. Next, we'll be going to the alt account. And here we are on the alt account. We are playing Break the System. Now, for this particular song, like most of these Niji solos, on the alt account, I am going to be using a frontline for the most part of First Fest Kanan, First Fest Setsuna, Second Fest Ellie. Those are my 3 best cards because, as you can see here, I have it sorted by appeal. And a lot of my best cards, appeal-wise, outside of Kanan, Setsu, and Ellie, are actually first years. With Initial Maki, First Fest Kasumi, Miracle Void Shizuku, Second Fest Rin, Second Fest Maru, Detective Pana, right? A lot of these cards are first years. So it makes a song like this really, really awkward. So again, you know, I am going to kind of stick to this as kind of my baseline. We're going to run our 2 side strategies. Our first appeal boosting one is actually Initial Kanan, Checkmate Rina, and First Fest Emma. And then we have our blue strategy to help us deal with the skill ACs of Initial Yo, First Fest Rico, and Uma Event I. Our accessories, because it would be a waste on these 3 particular cards to run Triple Brooch, I'm going Max Limit Break Choker, Limit Break 4 Choker, and 1 Max Limit Break Brooch. Our higher appeal backline strategy is going to be filled with 3 bracelets. And then our guard type strategy is just going to be 2 necklaces at Max Limit Break and a belt at Limit Break 1 max skill level for that particular Limit Break. For those of you that may be having a few more issues with the skill ACs, you can throw keychains underneath those guard type cards. The only thing is, and this is kind of the problem with running Second Fest Ellie for this particular song. Again, this song deals 967 damage per note, which is very, very large. Very, very large. So you are going to have to keep an eye on your stamina. And basically make sure that you have enough to where if Ellie doesn't activate her skills very often in the beginning, that at the very least, you won't get screwed as hard by the 10k damage notes that come, I believe, pretty soon. I'm just doing this to cheat out the gauge. There are those damage notes. And we got lucky on that skill AC. We got it on the very last tab. And for any of you wondering, yes, I am manually playing, I am going to be manually playing all of the songs on my alt account because I actually don't feel comfortable enough autoing it and being, having a high enough score to be able to clear these songs. All right, so that's how I've built Break the System for my global alt budget account. Next, we'll be heading into JP, which will be looking very, very similar to this particular team setup, and we'll head over there right now. And here we are on my JP account, a couple of days after recording the first two runs on both my main account and my alt account. Ran into a couple of personal things that took up my time, but anyway, here we are, starting off on Break the System. Again, because it's a year penalty and not a attribute penalty, I actually feel a little bit more comfortable as far as my main scoring unit, which is going to be this red strategy, putting in a First Fest Rico. Limit Break 4 has 3 medium groups and a medium attribute on her. I've been trying to get the 4th medium group, which may seem a little bit awkward on her, but she has one of the highest stamina pools of all my cards currently on JP, so this does help a bit. Now, as far as backlining cards for this particular song with cards in my JP account, I don't have many good options. As you can see, I basically have 4 cards: Setsuna, Rico, Kanan, Ellie. Those are my 4 strongest cards. And then I have Blue Amor Umi, who naturally got to max limit break. Then Rico, and then like a whole bunch of like okay kind of so-so cards, but most of them happen to be first years. So as far as backlining and buffing this, off attribute team, I'm gonna really kind of stick to my guns and, just go for, straight appeal boosting. I don't have Fest Kanata in this particular account, so my options are kind of limited as far as backliners. This is probably my most common team for anything running completely on the active attribute right now. So we're gonna take this. Actually, wait, I forgot to check one thing. Forgot to check my accessories. Always have to check your accessories before you're heading into songs. Yeah, so we should be okay with double choker, single broach, and then, you know, as per usual, you know, when you have enough healing, always try and find a way to sneak in a belt if you can. You know, just to help with your overall you know, gauges and stuff like that. Even if the gauges aren't too troublesome, putting the belts in and getting that little bit of extra scoring will always help. Alright, and then we're going to autoplay this. Now, I am going to be running these songs with guests, but I am going to autoplay basically everything except for First Love Again, because I have learned my lesson on that song. As you can see, this is after the most recent update, so it has all the breakdowns of things in the song and all that. So, you know, and these changes, I think, you know, really, really nice. Having color coordinated bars here up top so that you can see kind of, you know, as far as the appeal chances, you know, what you have to look out for, versus basically having to remember, you know, where the key appeal chances lie. You know, you can always take a peek up and go, oh, okay, yeah, the next appeal chance is, you know, the gauge one, so I have to save my gauge. Or the next appeal chance is the skill activation one. So I'm really going to have to pay attention to that. And even though I am in the yellow stamina right now, after taking that 40k damage and not passing that appeal chance, I'm still not too concerned as far as my total voltage for the song, even auto playing, because the first best Rico should be able to keep me pretty healthy. We almost had a disaster there. And, you know, if you have to, again, you know, on those tap skill ACs, if you are having issues like, you know, you saw here, you know, miss the first one but clear the second one, and let's say because you're missing that first appeal chance, you're not getting enough voltage to pass the song, by all means, you know, just run a triple guard unit. You know, run a triple guard unit that, you know, if you can, your high appeal second years, and then just kind of run it that way. You know, keep, if a song is pushing you in a certain direction, try not to fight it as much. You know, the third and fifth appeal chance, they push you towards second year guard cards. If you have them, great. You know, if you have to dip into your SR pool, don't be afraid to, because you're not going to be on those particular appeal chances that long. It's only like a small percentage of the song, so don't be afraid to make those designated strategies just for that. And with that, thank you for watching. All three of my accounts playing through Break the System. Hope to see you in the next video where we go over to be yourself. All right, take it easy, everyone. Hope to catch you later. Bye.